It is TBL Week 4. Who will sing more on key in Music City tonight? Will it be the Phoenix Fury or the Nashville Smash? Hi, everybody. Welcome inside our studio. So glad that you've joined us tonight. I'm Dave Bontempo with my longtime pal, Al Bernstein. Thank you for joining us. And, Al, when I look at these two teams, very interesting now in that Phoenix trying to come in here and win 2 in a row on the road to start the season, while their opponents here in Nashville trying to get something to build on. Two teams coming in here from opposite directions.
Yeah, they really are. You know, you mentioned the fact that Phoenix trying to go 2-0. They had an amazing comeback victory in their season opener against Boston, and they want to keep that big momentum going and start heading toward playoff contention. For Nashville, who, let's face it, took it on the chin against Atlanta, they want to use the bright spots they had in the first week and try and build on them, and they just want a performance, whether it's a win or a loss, that will keep them going for the rest of the season and give them something to build on.
Show momentum week to week. Let's take a look at some of the key players that have had an impact so far for the Phoenix Furies. Joaquin Cambreros really did a great job for them, and this was a 2-point win over Boston, which went right down to the end, and that's one reason the point differential for Phoenix. The big knockdown in the middle of the fight. Remember, you get 2 points for a knockdown, the bonus point there, 4 for a knockout. So any knockdown is basically like winning a decision twice, and this one put Phoenix a leg up. And for Nashville, D'Angelo Leachman had the same impact for his team, although in a losing effort, he was able to find some thunder and put his team in contention throughout the match. Came up with a good right hand, showed some pop, and then opportunity. That's what it is. You step back, hit the fighter hard enough that the glove touches, and it counts. That's all that matters. So both teams have some fighters that they will be looking to for leadership. We have the launch rounds, we have the middle rounds, and we have the money rounds. What about the launch rounds? What is your round to watch?
You know, we might take a peek at round number 5. Keel Walden, a former amateur champion in the welterweight division, taking on the gentleman you talked about, Joaquin Cambreros, who had such a terrific debut. And I think that one is going to be a firefight.
All right, well, we're happy to have the third member of our broadcast team, Amelia Moore, down at ringside. Amelia, how you doing, and what's your story tonight? What are you looking at?
Good evening, gentlemen. What a great night here in Nashville. So tonight, I would definitely have to say we really have to keep our eyes quite peeled on the launch round tonight. Round 2 with LaJondrick Johnson fighting Daniel Bailey. So Fred Ulay, the head coach of Nashville, is saying he's so glad to have Johnson back tonight. He really kicks off the power and the energy for his team, but he's fighting Daniel Bailey tonight, who is a previous WCAP athlete, who is part of the Army, which is the Olympic pipeline program through the Army. So keep your eyes peeled. It's going to be quite a flash and a bang just to kick these fights off tonight. But additionally, stay tuned after round 8. In the intermission, we will be having quite an announcement to bring to the public, so stay tuned for that to come. Back to you, Dave.
All right, so quite a lot coming your way. We'll hear a lot from Amelia throughout the course of the contest tonight. The fighters are walking in. It's going to be time for us to meet them. The launch rounds are staying ahead. Stay with us on TBL.
Scoring system designed to promote dominance as well as incentivize action and decisive finishes. Here's how it works. First, base points. A box measures the respective round of competition by way of knockout, technical knockout, disqualification, or forfeit. Any form of salvage will earn the respect of the team with maximum points available for any given round. A boxer that wins their round by way of judge's decision will earn the respective team 1 point. A boxer whose round results in a loss, draw, or no contest will not earn their team any points. Second, knockdown bonus points. Boxers competing in rounds that do not end in a stoppage and are instead determined by way of a judge's decision can earn their respective team knockdown bonus points along the way. Whether ultimately declared the winner or loser of a round ending in a decision by the judges, each knockdown scored by the boxer along the way will earn their team 1 additional point. Boxers can earn their team a maximum of 2 knockdown bonus points per round of competition. If the round ends in a stoppage, bonus points do not apply because the victor will have already earned their team the maximum 4 points available per round of TBL.
Team Boxing League is brought to you by Balance of Nature. In boxing, consistency beats intensity. Balance of Nature supplements help you stay consistent with ingredients of whole foods you can easily slot into your daily routine. Go to balanceofnature.com, use code TEAM, and start today. Speaking of teams, and the TBL Bellas, a great addition to Team Boxing League. Hello, ladies, and now we go inside. Let's meet the fighters and get it started.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Municipal Auditorium here in Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, for Team Boxing League Week 4's matchup between the visiting Phoenix Fury and your hometown Nashville Smash. Don't forget to stream every moment of TBL Season 4 live on the Team Boxing League app, available on Apple TV 4K, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV, as well as iPhone and Android devices. Don't miss a second of TBL Team Boxing League action this season. Also, a big thank you to our sponsor, Climax Moonshine Fire number 32, known to bring the heat. As well as tonight's fights are powered by Balance of Nature. Our fighters fuel with clean carbs and real ingredients, and now you can too. Grab their guiltless snacks and get 35% off right now with code TEAM at balanceofnature.com. And Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the visiting Phoenix Fury.
One of the most unique concepts in sports. Fighters coming in together, having trained, traveled, eaten, had meetings together, and here they come, the Phoenix Fury. Come in with a 2-point win over Boston last week, and it went all the last time. It went all the way down to the final bout. We were staring at overtime. They're the famous masks.
They were down 7-1 after the 7 points to 1 after the.
Lopez, U.S. Army veteran, All-Army champion, Golden Gloves, and national champion, featherweight Daniel Bailey. Featherweight Brenda Hernandez Cardenas. Lightweight Kevin Quintero. Welterweight Joaquin Camberos. Super welterweight Adrian Aragon Ramirez. Super middleweight Sebastian Salomon Duran. Heavyweight Dante Stone. Featherweight Tierra Brandt. Lightweight James Pierce. Super lightweight Joy Pendel. Welterweight Judah Yisrael. 2025 TBL Most Valuable Fighter, light heavyweight Raico El Corojo Santana. And Olympic trialist and 2025 TBL Most Resilient Fighter, cruiserweight Charles CP the Champ Pugh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Phoenix Fury. And now let's welcome your hometown Nashville Smash.
Led by their coach, Fred DeLay, one of the fine gentlemen in the team boxing league. Take a look at the smash.
They're intent on coming back this week after a difficult loss to Atlanta and making a much better showing.
What they had that night was they were in it in the beginning. They had a mid-round meltdown and then had some moments in the money round. And I figured that that's what you try to build on week to week.
The head coach of the Nashville Smash, esteemed trainer Fred DeLay. Bantamweight Monica Lugo. Featherweight Josh Showtime Johnson. Featherweight Jennifer Klesius. Lightweight Roger Hilly. Welterweight Kayla Walden. Super welterweight Adriana Phillips. Super middleweight Juan Just Business Barajas. Four-time Arkansas State champion heavyweight Jamal Naka Woods. Two-time Indiana State Golden Gloves champion featherweight bare knuckle Brooke Evans. Former Golden Glove champion and current ABO champion lightweight Dakota the General Amy. Super lightweight Susanna Griffin. Welterweight Jasir Riley. Light heavyweight William Langston. Five-time Golden Glove State champion, three-time national champion, cruiserweight D'Angelo, the Memphis Madman Leachman. Two-time Massachusetts State and Regional Golden Gloves champion, heavyweight Stefan, the Rottweiler Moss. And now, ladies and gentlemen, well, for tonight's matchup, we ask that you please rise if you are able to for the singing of our national anthem being performed tonight by esteemed vocalist Caitlin Curtis.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Caitlin Curtis with the singing of our national anthem.
All right, just about ready to get started here at Lopez.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to begin TBL Week 4. It is the launch rounds. Round number 1. will feature from Phoenix, Aniela Lopez, matching up against Nashville's Monica Lugo.
Lopez 1-0 in the TBL. Beat Natalie Gage. Monica Lugo, her debut. Lopez does have a 5-2-1 mark in professional boxing outside the TBL. And here we go. Welcome to the launch rounds.
Lopez's performance against Natalie Gage was really an impressive one for her debut, and won that one. Lugo, with very limited experience, brings the left-handed stance into this fight, and we'll see how she does against Lopez.
There's that right-hand lead opening up.
Yeah, we saw that a lot against Gage, and we're going to see it a lot tonight, especially against the lefty.
Eight launch rounds, 8 middle rounds, 8 money rounds. The money rounds decided by the coaches. That's where a lot of the gamesmanship comes into play.
You know, for Phoenix, we pointed out that they won a big comeback win. They'd like to get off to a quicker start, and Lopez might give them the very good opportunity to do that in this fight.
Yeah, it's 7-1. There are not many people in that house and anywhere that would have thought that that Phoenix could come back on a night when everything was smoking for the Boston Butchers. But they showed a lot of character.
They did.
In doing that.
Big knockout on the heavyweight division helped them. See Lopez, she's just a very skilled boxer. She really always uses very effective movement, showing angles, and has good hand speed as well. This 34-year-old is a very solid fighter, and I think her style suits team boxing.
One round, get in there, do your work.
Well, she's by nature a busy fighter who doesn't need to, you know, she's got her blueprint laid out for herself, and doesn't have to go much of the round without creating some offense. Lugo's trying very hard to get on the inside where her height and reach disadvantage would be negated, but she's having a hard time doing that.
And you talk about fighters being suited for the TBL. It's a good right hand from Lopez, scores, and a real nice left hook gets home as she's getting target practice here. Everybody's got a different ability to hear the bell and jump out like it's an alarm clock to take care of business in that 3 minutes.
And the interesting thing about Lopez, she does it in a very appropriate way. She doesn't rush in and just throw a lot of offense, but she throws a lot of volume while she's moving and while she's giving angles, and everything starts with the jab. So it's a responsible way to do it. Lugo finally got a nice right hook in there a moment ago. That was his best offensive moment. Came at the end.
Well, you learned something in your debut. She'll learn that she got something in, and there is Aniela Lopez with a scholarly performance here.
It's a good way to put it. And they're happy on the Phoenix bench.
I think they're looking at their first points of the night.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 1 by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner from the Phoenix Fury, Aniela Lopez. Round 2 at featherweight for Phoenix, Daniel Bailey. He'll meet Nashville's Leandric Josh Johnson.
All right, this is the one Amelia said don't blink, so we won't. Daniel Bailey and Leandric Johnson. Bailey 41-22 overall. That goes all the way back to 2012, so it shows what an avenue Team Boxing League presents a lot of fighters who can't get a ton of action.
and Johnson lost to Eric Emery his last time out in this season, but that ended a 7-fight win streak in team boxing for him. So he's a very, very solid fighter, as is Johnson, who has a 500 record. But in this league, a 500 record is good.
It really is. You see how valuable you can be to your team. I mean, okay, so Johnson has 2 losses to Rasheem Brown, but then he had 2-2 versus Victor Abreu, a very good fighter in this league. So you are up and down against top fighters in the league. Sometimes it'll be your night, sometimes theirs.
And Johnson comes in off a win on March 7th in the ranks outside of TBA, the pro ranks outside, a TKO win in 4. So he's not coming in off a super long layoff. These men have very similar styles as well, so that's part of what makes this intriguing.
So we could be seeing patience and then an explosion. It was a good attempt to get the explosion in.
Yeah, Bailey trying that left hook and the right hand for Johnson. Both these men are like the jab, the straight right hand. They will mix in some hooks as well, but it's a little bit mirror-like for the two fighters.
It really brings in, when they talk about styles making fights, you get 2 very patient fighters, and you'll have to be a patient fan to watch it. You get 2 walk-in fighters, you see bombs away, and we're seeing periodic bombs.
Yeah, away. Exactly, like that overhand right that Bailey just landed a moment ago. And for the judges, counting exactly how many of those big explosions land for either fighter is going to be important to try and discern who won this round. And Bailey's been in the, you mentioned his record, he's been in the TBL for all 4 seasons of team boxing. So he's definitely a veteran, as is Johnson.
All right, final 20 seconds to go as these fighters try to make their point on the judges. Will it be Bailey? Will it be Johnson? That will be a slip. That's the final seconds ticking away. And what we might say, so you want to be a judge?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one to call. You could go either direction on this. There's a straight right hand sneaking in from Leandric Johnson. The right hand of Bailey also getting in on in that short area. So which one landed more of those right hands?
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 2 via split decision. Out of the blue corner from Phoenix, Daniel Bailey.
So Daniel Bailey, appropriate that it was a split. It was very close, but he gets it for Phoenix.
Round 3 at featherweight from Phoenix. It is Brenda Hernandez Cardenas. Meeting from Nashville, Jennifer Clashes.
Clashes came in, lost a split decision to Alyssa Bolts from Atlanta to get it started. Brenda Hernandez, 8-5 in the TBL, split with Brooklyn Barwin and Brandy Robinson.
Yeah, she beat Barwick, who is a shorter come forward kind of fighter, and then had trouble with the length and boxing of Brandy Robinson. And Klaus is giving her the left-handed style to look at.
And then trying to come in right behind from a different angle and land a straight left hand.
Klaus is a bare knuckles fighter, so she's in that discipline.
You don't really jab your way in those. You just
Not so
go.
much. No, you're right, Dave. That's a very good point.
You have to learn that technique if you're coming into here. Good jab, though.
Yeah, she shows us that she's capable of that. And then Cardenas coming forward.
And being met by the jab of Clausius.
Yeah, you know, it's ironic. The point you made is a valid one, but it's the Clausius jab, for the most part, other than those overhand rights by Cardenas, that have kind of made a difference a little bit in this round.
Well, these are the things you have to learn in transitioning over, and so far in this fight, she's showing that she has done that.
Cardenas had a pro fight on March 13th. She lost a split decision, so she has been busy in addition to her TBL match. Good combination by Cardenas there.
Trying to close the gap now. Some of these right hands getting home. Good left hand by Clausius. Straight left hand with the power.
Clausius showed some of this. It was a split decision when she lost to Bouts. And she's showing, even though she's taking some big shots from Cardenas right now, she showed why that was a split the last time. This sequence for Cardenas, when you're in a one-round match, she just had a 20 or 30-second sequence that it could be big in the judge's eyes.
Especially with the way that Clausius had started. Looking like she was off to the races early in this one. And Brenda Hernandez Cardenas has come back. And here comes Clausius, kind of also showing you why that she's involved in a split decision last time, and who knows now. Right, so some good heavier shots here by Clausius, and good boxing in that sequence that Al described by Brenda Hernandez.
Yeah, that was an interesting round of boxing and a fun round. Very active, both women landing a lot. Clausius early in the round doing that good work with the jab, mixing him some straight left hands. Cardenas, though, always the aggressor. Boy, it's hard to discourage her, and it was very difficult for Clausius during the second part.
Yeah, so there were sequences for both fighters.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 3 by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Jennifer Clausius.
So Jennifer Clausius puts
Phoenix 2, Nashville 1.
Nashville goes on the board.
Surprised that was a unanimous decision.
Yeah, it
though
seemed like
round 4
make the case
at
for her winning.
lightweight for Phoenix, Kevin Andres Mosquera Quintero. For Nashville, Roger Hilly.
Couple of big moment fighters here in the TBL. Kevin Quintero won that clinching match for Phoenix against Boston a couple of weeks ago. Had he lost a decision, they would have gone into overtime. Had he been dropped, the team would have lost. So under pressure, he did well. And Roger Hilly is one of the feel-good stories in the league. Now, his record is 2-12-1, but on a given night last year, he got 2 wins over Sherbet Rakhmatulov of New York, and helped his team a lot. It doesn't matter what your record is on a given night. You can be a hero in a close match for your team.
And Roger Hilly, in all his other boxing matches outside of TBL, interestingly, is 14-1. The only loss is to Josh Pagan, who is a terrific lightweight, a contender. So Hilly's a very, very quality operator in the ring, as our British friends would say.
Quality operator, yes.
And this is turning out to be a really fun round of boxing.
Quintero and Hilly.
And Hilly in the pro ranks is a quick starter. He was against Pagan, and I've done 2 of his other fights, so he can get off early in even in the one-round sequence.
Very good, fast-paced action here.
Good combination punching by both fighters.
Oh, good uppercut landed there by Quintero. Hilly undeterred. He also wants to be an efficient operator.
Yes, he does. And you know, Quintero, who's 6-1 as a pro, he's just a very, very solid fighter in there. And we saw evidence of that when he beat Francois to cement the victory for his team. Boy, they are going at it. I mean, not everything's landing, but there are a lot of good shots. And the body work by Quintero and Hilly has been excellent.
And this is an all-star round. We've got a minute to go with it, but this is vying for some type of honors at the end of the night. They will pick the rounds of the night, the top 3 stars.
The body work by Quintero has been really, really good. And if the judges are giving him credit for that, it might be a difference in how they see this round, though. Hilly has certainly done good offensive work as well.
With 40 seconds, now 30 left in this barn burner, still up for grabs between Kevin Quintero and Roger Hilly. Hilly, the southpaw. They fire on cue. They got the memo.
Boy, did they ever. Both have been very busy in this round. Maybe a little more so for Quintero, but not by much.
So these final seconds matter as they both lobby to score with a couple of decisive shots. And there was a good effort by both Quintero and Hilly.
And some of the volume punching by both men, you see Quintero doing a lot, Hilly trying to get that straight left in, and that one did get there. Roger Hilly has a good overhand left, or sometimes a straight left. And
ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 4 by split decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Roger Hilly.
Shock on the face of Kevin Quintero
Your score,
on that
Nashville 2, Phoenix 2.
All right, so Phoenix and Nashville all knotted up as the Nashville Smash have drawn even by winning the last 2. Will continue right after this.
This is second TBL Team Boxing League action. Also, Climax Moonshine Fire number 32, known to bring the heat. Also, Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. And tonight's fights are powered by Balance of Nature. Our fight is fueled with clean carbs and real ingredients. Now you can too. Grab their new Gilbert snacks and get 35% off right now with code TEAM at balanceofnature.com. Round 5 on the way.
Phoenix and Nashville all even after 4 fights. Let's pick it up now with Ray Flores.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, round 5 will be in the welterweight division. For Phoenix, it is Joaquin Camberos. For Nashville, Kyle Walden.
All right, we saw Camberos on the highlights, what he did for his team. Last time, just 19 years old, a win over Roman Guerrero. He's 8-0 as a pro. 6 knockouts, but that goes back to 2024, was his last fight. And he's been in 6-round company.
Walden really, you know, he split 2 fights with Morgan Griggy beating him and lost to Javon Davis. And both split decisions. They're both very good fighters. So Walden, he's a former amateur champion, really showed his pedigree, as of course did Camberos. As we pointed out, he was one of the people you featured at the beginning.
All right, so a lot of parity on the way in. We made this our round to watch, so with good reason, and they're going to be going at it now for the next 2 minutes and change.
The big right hand by Camberos, which is what he used to knock down Yorman Guerrero. He's going to try and use that punch again in this fight for sure.
Walden trying to get in behind his jab and then do quick shots and get out. And the good thing what he did was he covered up after he came in. Good left hand coming in here by Walden.
Bill Walden is a very well-skilled fighter. I mentioned that he's a former amateur champion, and he is just, you know, and he'll switch occasionally to right-hander as well. We haven't seen that yet in this fight.
Walden circling, going the jab. Good left hand gets in. Walden opening up to the body. He's been getting off first. The hand speed has belonged to Walden, and the counter-punching ideas have been for Camberos.
Camberos, you see him trying to find a place for that right hand, and there, with using the jab, he gets it in. And yeah, he lands a big one.
Turning things around is Camberos.
Give Walden credit for not only withstanding that, coming back with his own offense. It's also a great round.
Yeah, and knowing where you are in the match, knowing that you have to come back right now, he did that. So both have shown good offensive prowess here. They'll try to make their case in the last 20 seconds, try to steal it. So Walden and Camberos put on a good show. Who will get the point?
Camberos punctuated that round with a nice left hook, not a punch he normally throws that much of. Early in the round, Walden very aggressive, lots of volume, and did very well. Camberos, in that round, did get him on the ropes and land some nice shots. That was right at the end where he landed that left hook in there as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 5 by split decision, out of the red corner from Nashville, Kyle Walden.
So 3 in a row for Nashville.
3 split decisions for Nashville. So
round 6 at super welterweight. Phoenix will feature Adrian Aragon Ramirez. For Nashville, Hadrian Phillips.
Yeah, you have to start thinking if you're across the way and you see your team lose 3 straight splits. Yeah, we need to do a little bit more here. We have to try to make this totally take it out of their hands. Some fighters might become more aggressive.
Well, of those 3, the first 2, well, I think they can make an even better case for, although Camberos had some good moments as well. And this one figures to be a pretty good one, too. Aragon, I'll tell you what, he lost 2 matches last time out against J.A. Brown, but man, he performed well in the second round that they fought was round of the night.
We've got some information on Aragon. Take a closer look at this fighter. Made his route from Cuba to Las Vegas and likes to express himself with creativity. So that's very good outlook for him. And here he is in action.
Season debut for Hadrian Phillips, who's had 3 previous TBL fights, and Phillips is landing some really good shots early in this round. Trying to keep them. Oh, wow, there's that right that he landed so often, and that might have stunned Phillips.
Knockdowns are worth extra points. A knockout is worth 4. And we see many fights change when a big power display unfolds.
I thought Aragon had hurt Phillips with that, and maybe he did momentarily, but Phillips has come back and landed a couple power shots in the zone. You could feel Aragon just looking for that right hand again. There it is, on cue.
3 shots here by Aragon.
But Phillips, boy, every time he responds with something. This last minute of this round is going to be a beauty.
Tony lands a couple of good right hands.
We saw this against Brown, the hand speed of Aragon and the power in the right hand.
Loading up, he is taking target practice, stepping back perfectly, trying to set up a combination.
For the first time in this round, Phillips is not, well, I would just say, isn't responding. Guess what? He is. This has been a fun round of boxing as well.
And Phillips, outside of TBL, is 3-0 with 3 knockouts.
Yeah.
So he is a power puncher, promoted by Christy Martin. So some connections there.
I announced a couple of his pro fights, and he was a solid fighter.
So how did the solid fighter cram all that into the TBL format?
And right at the end, Phillips landed a really good combination. You see that's in his face, and Aragon as well. They're each proud of what they did in that round, no matter what the outcome. And fun to revisit this. That was one of the right hands that at some point we thought might have hurt Phillips. There was a period where he did, but he came back every time. And there's the one that we were thinking might have put Phillips on his heels, which it did momentarily, but he came back.
TBL fans, the winner of round 6 by unanimous decision. From the blue corner, Phoenix's Adrian Aragon Ramirez. Round 7 at super middleweight. Phoenix, Sebastian Salomon Duran. Nashville, Juan Barajas.
All right, Sebastian Duran and Juan Barajas go into the 7th fight on the card, and Amelia Moore is standing by with a special guest. Go ahead.
We are down by the Nashville team here with Josh Johnson. Sir, so you were not able, this was actually your debut for season 4. For the season, you've been with the league for 4 years. You weren't able to fight last fight because of an opponent dropout. We were talking earlier about how important it is to set the tempo and set that pace when you generally are actually opening in the launch rounds.
Right. Generally, I try to come out and set the tone for my team, being the first male fighter. And they always react off of me most of the time. Ever since the 3rd season, everybody always fall after my lead and keep the energy going. So that's what we've been trying to do tonight.
Absolutely, bringing that pace and bringing that energy for your team. So that last round, I really do feel like in the 2nd round, you brought out such great energy. It was a split decision. What are you thinking you need to adjust to be able to take that home for the team?
I thought I won the fight, but it was moments where he let his hands go more. He wasn't landing the shots, but he just looked more active. So I just think the keys to victory the next round is just doubling up the jab, a lot of simple punches like 1, 2, 3s, and I should be able to pull it out for the team. Looking forward to your next rounds in the money rounds, putting that together and finishing out strong. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Dave, bring us back into the action.
Okay, Amelia, and here we are, Sebastian Duran and Juan Barajas, as you got some insight about the pressure of fighting on top of the card, trying to set the tone for your teammates. Here are two others trying to set the tone with about 1:15 to go.
And Barajas had a tough time his last outing, losing twice to Keandra Leatherwood, who is, you know, an excellent fighter for sure. But these men already have both had really good moments offensively, and most of that centered on the right hand. I mean, Duran lost to Ronald Ellis in March, and you know that Ronald Ellis, a very experienced top 168-pounder.
.30 seconds to go. Match is knotted up. This one, it's been a back-and-forth fight. Good double jab here, and a right hand by Barajas.
Barajas is very right-hand centric. He likes to throw the jab, but so is Duran, and there was a beauty by Duran on the inside. We've seen so many evenly matched fights tonight, and this one is a perfect example.
Evenly matched and well fought.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes evenly matched and it's two fighters who are inactive and tie each other up, but this has been top to bottom, everybody going for the openings.
Yeah, and this is an example of that, you know, that action where both men really trying to do a lot offensively. The right hand got in by Barajas, but then Duran shows you, hey, I can land the right at short range. So both these men use that punch effectively.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 7 by split decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Juan Barajas.
4 splits for Nashville. And if you're going to win,
our final launch round will be in the heavyweight division. From Phoenix, Dante Stone. From Nashville, Terrell Jamal Woods.
if you're going to win a match, you have to get a few of those to go your way, and it's been going that way for Phoenix, for Nashville tonight. 4 split decisions. All right, this is the conclusion of the launch round with Nashville up 4-3.
Let's go. Straight to work.
Dante Stone reached the WBC Grand Prix semis last October. He had not lost since 2018, had won 20 fights in a row in TBL, 2 losses to Skylar Lacey. He'll have plenty of company with that.
Daniel Stone was a little bit on the reluctant side in terms of volume when we last saw him, and he's trying to remedy that, being a little bit busier here against Woods. Woods is taking a lot of punches from Dante Stone. Stone has been much more active. Woods had a problem with that in his first outing this year when he lost to both Sam Clarkson and Devin Young, and it continues that his inactivity is continuing. For Stone, he kind of got over that inactivity, and he's been very busy. And as you point out, Stone wins. You know, he's normally a guy that finds a way to win, and right now he looks like he's doing that.
Good looping right hand gets in.
But these are heavyweights, so something can change in 1 second, can it?
That's right, and we've seen a number of those in the first 4 weeks of the season, emphasizing a new reward for power with a knockout victory, giving you 4 points.
Terrell Woods has not yet won a TBL match, so he's looking to get off the snide here tonight. But the first 2.5 minutes of this round have not gone great for him. And Stone kind of feeling it now, using all of the things, saying, okay, I just don't want to get knocked out here because I controlled the first part of this round.
Well, it's interesting seeing a heavyweight use the clock.
Right. A big heavyweight.
That ring might be shaking. Nonetheless, indicating a sense of strategy that he felt not to give away what you've worked for 2.5 minutes, and he seems pleased with how he did, and he'll try to pull Phoenix into a tie.
Yeah, there's some of the work that Dante Stone did in that last round. He used that left-handed stance effectively, the jab, the straight left. They were constant weapons that he used, and Owens just or Woods, excuse me, just not active.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 8 by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner from Phoenix, Dante Stone.
So Dante Stone
at the end of the launch
evens
rounds,
up
your
this
score,
competition
Nashville
for Phoenix with a dominant performance
on the way.
in the heavyweight division. And let's find out what's coming up. Let's go to Dave Bontempo.
The action has been exciting already, Al, and we are just getting started in TBL week number 4. Next up is the Battle of Texas. Houston versus Dallas. The Houston Hitmen and the Dallas Enforcers, both hungry for a victory. Dallas was a very hot team last year. Toward the end, Houston looking to build on their momentum that they hope to get from a couple of big fighters last week. And then we go to the third fight of the weekend. It's going to be a barn burner. The Atlanta and Miami matchup. That's been a good one all the way through the TBL history. Last year, both teams in the middle were the hottest teams in the league. They will go at it again on April 19th. Coming up, we have a bonus, a new TBL member who is familiar in the world of boxing.
Well, the guy has his picture on money in the Philippines. I've done fights over there, and it basically is such an icon, Manny Pacquiao, Dave Bontempo, and Al Bernstein. So great to see Manny Pacquiao entering the TBL, and then all the memories we have of him fighting.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao defines the phrase beloved individual, and so lots of fans very excited to see him involved in this venture.
And toward that end, we have Amelia Moore with Kevin Cassidy, the CEO of the TBL. Take it away, Amelia.
I am joined down ringside by the CEO of Team Boxing League, Kevin Cassidy. Sir, we have so many big announcements coming into TBL right now with expansion news, along with just a massively packed 2027 season going into season 5. Can you elaborate a little bit on that and kind of exactly what that looks like moving forward?
Sure. So because of the popularity of the broadcast audience, we've decided that we're going to expand to 20 teams from 12. So we'll be adding 8 cities, and we'll be adding an international element to it where we're going to open up in the UK and Ireland as part of the expansion. So we'll be expanding in the Midwest and Southern California. The San Diego TJs, we've already established that team and a new team captain. And so, you know, it's just really all across the country. We expect to have teams eventually we're going to try to get to 28 teams in the United States.
It's incredible. I mean, the trajectory of Team Boxing League is moving so fast. It's really, truly something to be proud of. So you did mention a new team captain for the San Diego TJs, which will be coming in 27, which will be led none other than Mr. Manny Pacquiao himself. There's been a lot of chatter. Is he fighting? Is he not fighting? Can we clarify?
He is fighting.
That's massive news. That's incredible to actually see Manny Pacquiao in the ring representing TBL. But in addition to that, he's also going to be a franchise owner and a spokesperson. What do you think that influence is going to bring to TBL?
Well, he's going to also act as an ambassador for the league, a captain of what we're now going to be calling Manny Pacquiao's San Diego TJs, and he'll formulate the team. He's also going to fight on the team. And so, you know, we couldn't be prouder of having, our attachment with Manny Pacquiao, a humble champion and a family man, just an incredible guy. I got to know him over the last few months. Just amazing, really.
I mean, it's huge, and it feels like it's very much so invigorating TBL right now. And I mean, I'm excited, and there's so many people that are excited. I really do appreciate your insight into what's happening and moving forward, and very excited again to see how TBL is continuing to grow, sir.
Thank you, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Dave, Al, get us back in the ring so we can enter the middle rounds.
Okay, thank you, Amelia, and all correct. Manny Pacquiao, terrific class acting. Can you imagine him in one-round fights? Do not blink. All right, let's meet the fighters for the middle rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to begin the middle rounds. First up, we have the featherweights for Phoenix. It is Tierra Brandt. For Nashville, Brooke Evans.
All right, Evans and Brandt. Brooke Evans, a very inspirational story, how boxing saved her. She had been in jail, she said. She overcame the drugs. She overcame a lot of things just by being basically a lot was expected of her. She found combat sports, bare knuckles. Her first fight, she was the fight of the night. And when she came into the TBL, she split with Kaylee Ann Knight. So that was a pretty good debut off coming in from a different discipline.
Yes. A 38-year-old who got a late start in boxing, but has made the best of things.
Yeah, you take a good look at some of the things that she has done. We mentioned how she has come a long way, and she continues to just give me the next challenge. I want to see what's the next thing in front of me, and so she's turned this into something special for herself.
Now, Tierra Brandt with lots of experience. She's 6-7 in TBL, and she's got a good jab and right hand as well. She'll try and use that punch effectively here.
5-time Muay Thai champion. Came in, she won Fight of the Night in her first outing against Alyssa Bolts last year. And then, of course, you know, the competition is pretty stiff in here, and you can't roll through people. So
Brent got a win over Brooklyn Barwick last time out in team boxing, so she's coming in off that win.
Good way to start the season. So we're seeing two fighters who came in here from other disciplines and learning their boxing craft.
Yeah, and both are looking very, from technique standpoint, they both look like boxers. They don't look like somebody that came from, you know, a sport where that's not all you do. And so it's very good. Nice right hand a moment ago landed.
A sharp right by Tara Brent. Tried to get that right hand in behind the jab and just did miss. Took one in return.
Brand has been busier in this round, probably. And we'll see if that would spell the difference. She's used that jab, which you see there a lot, and the straight right hand as well. But so has Evans.
I like the movement, the footwork by Tara Brent. Jab and get right on top of your opponent and then try something. Between punches, as you left hook gets in, no wasted time for Tara Brent. Two-punch combination by Brant gets in. Continues to stalk against Brooke Evans. Good right hand gets in again.
This is a great sequence to end the round. You know, Brooke Evans got some counter punches in, but the work being so busy by Brant that has her bench excited.
Especially starting off the middle rounds, being #1 off the bench.
And we see Evans did some good work in that round, but seemed like Brant did the most.
I would agree. I think she did.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 9 by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner from Phoenix, Tara Brent. Round 10 at lightweight. Phoenix will feature James Pierce. Nashville has Dakota Amy.
All right, Pierce and Amy. There's been no knockdowns, there have been no knockouts, so it's been all decisions thus far. It's rare that we get through an entire TBL match without at least one.
I thought the launch rounds of this match, I'm a newcomer to team boxing, not as a viewer, but as an announcer. I thought that was as competitive and even a launch round as I've seen.
Top to bottom. Well-schooled fighters. Very hard to separate them. And we saw a number of split decisions. Here we go, two battling lefties here. Amy beaten by Desmond Lyons and Traquan Pettis. Open the season. They are bombing away here. Good uppercut on the inside by Amy.
Pearson, his season debut here, so we'll see how he can do.
Teams have gone back and forth with the lead. Phoenix started early. Nashville inched ahead. Phoenix has come back. Largest lead of the night has been 2 points.
Pierce trying to use his height and reach, but then ends up on the inside sometimes for Amy to get some good work done. Both these men have never lost in a pro fight outside of TBO, so they bring those credentials in.
And you get used to winning. Shrug off a one-round defeat if you get it, Tim. Coming back the next time.
Good straight left hand by Amy a moment ago.
Amy's been doing a good job of landing as he's moving. And Pierce has landed some powerful shots, but he's just getting beaten to the punch by a split second.
Big right hook there by James Pierce. Another close match.
Yeah, Pierce trying to come on late. He thinks he did enough in that last surge. One way or another, he's already energized his teammates.
Yeah.
They agree.
Well, here's where we saw some of the really good action. Pierce trying to get that straight left in. And Amy is showing a real nice jab there against his lefty counterpart. And there was a lot of good action.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 10 by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Dakota, Amy. Round 11 at super lightweight for Phoenix. It is Joy Pendel. Nashville will counter with Susana Rodriguez-Griffin.
Dave Bontempo and Al Bernstein with you here on TBL. Stop me if you've heard this before. We're tied.
Yeah.
5-5. These teams go back and forth. This is a terrific matchup. And we delve into more of the middle rounds. And Amelia Moore has a special guest. Go ahead, Amelia.
Good evening, TBL. So tonight I'm here with Joaquin from the Phoenix Fury. And Joaquin, I know that right now you're carrying a little bit something more than just the fight itself in the ring tonight. And there's a young boxer that you wanted to honor from your gym. Would you mind sharing a little bit of something about that tonight?
Yeah, so I just recently lost a close, like a little brother to me from, he was from my boxing gym. Rest in peace, JJ. He died pretty young. He died, you know, to gun violence at 15. So I just want to honor you, you know, my condolences to your family, to your friends, and, you know, to all the gym. I don't know, man, it's crazy, you know, if it feels like you're still here. So I'm gonna fight these rounds for you.
And I would say, you know, boxing is so much more, and I think that's something that if you're not in the sport, you don't realize. Can you just speak to us a little bit about what that means, you know, the boxing and the community that it creates around not only times like this, but also to try to prevent things like this to happening?
Yeah, you know, like your boxing gym could be like your second family, and that's how it feels like to me. So, you know, these news, it's heartbreaking, and if you're going through something, you know, a boxing gym is a great source to relay those feelings. You know, yeah, you create a second family, just like I said. So, yeah, you know, if you ever got problems, right there.
The gym's always there. I'm so sorry for the community's loss and your loss, but again, thank you for helping us share and honor his memory, and I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you, and my condolences to your family. Rest in peace, JJ.
Al, please take us back in the ring.
All right, Amelia, the fighting with a heavy heart is Cam Barrows, and that's something that's all too real in the world.
That's for sure. Now, in this one, Joy Pendel, who is new to boxing, she's an MMA artist and taking on somebody that knows all about boxing, Susana Rodriguez-Griffin, who's not only a boxer who got started late, but also promotes some fights.
Yeah, so Joy Pendel comes in here. Killjoy is her nickname, and she is a jiu-jitsu specialist, more. She said she's improved her striking, but she's done a lot of fighting on the ground. One of her last fights, a first-round submission with an arm triangle. So the competitive spirit is there, and the history of winning is there. Now the question is converting it into a boxing style and not taking that arm and twisting it.
Yeah, and you know what she has shown very effectively in this round is the jab. You know, she's a big, tall, lean fighter, and she has used that jab at distance and to work her way in. We'll see if that was enough against the very busy Susana Rodriguez-Griffin.
She also owns her own gym, and as you mentioned, is a promoter.
And we'll see an example of that jab for Pendel. Well, she kind of made it into a hook there too, but and it led to the straight right hand, and there's the jab sneaking in there. She uses it, you know, she uses it to set things up and also as a weapon.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 11 by way of split decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Susana Rodriguez-Griffin.
So Pendel took it all the way to a split.
Round 12
in her
at
first outing.
welterweight for Phoenix, Judah Israel. For Nashville, Jasir Riley.
Jasir Riley, 2-0 from Cleveland, beat Javon Davis in this league. Morgan Griggy, some pretty good names that he's had victories over. Going against Judah Israel.
Well, right now, you're on the Phoenix bench, and you're watching all these close split decisions not go your way. As you pointed out earlier, you got to try and find a way to do something that you think will change that, other than changing the judges.
Yes, yes. Well, and you can't, you have no say over that tonight.
No.
But what you can try to do is you have to take them out of play with a knockdown, or just enhance your aggressiveness, because that's a large number of splits that have gone all for Nashville.
And if you're Nashville right now, you like having Jasir Riley in there to try and keep your momentum going. He won twice in his debut this season, and Judah Israel lost to Kino Luna this year, so Riley probably went into this fight a slight favorite.
Yeah, and that was a match when they're tossing it up and looking at it. Their last one to say, okay, that's probably going to be a Nashville win, so they got it, but it was tight. It was tight. Now this is one they can't afford to lose, because they would look at this, and as you suggest, that Riley is the favorite. And we're going to start playing a lot of that kind of like scoreboard watching almost among the teammates, because this is so close.
Yeah, which is not to say Israel doesn't have a good chance to do well in this match, but he's going to have to produce the rest of this round very well. Riley, who, is 4-0 as a pro outside of TBL. He's 2-0 in TBL with those 2 wins that he created. He's got a really good left hook, but we haven't seen that yet so much in this fight.
Israel trying to put some pressure on, and would love to match the offense with the pressure. The left hook gets in by Riley. Will Nashville get its biggest lead of the night, or will Phoenix knot it up again? Been a good outing for Riley. And let's see what the judges say. And this is going to mark the halfway point of the entire match.
These two men took a little while to get things started. A nice right hand landed there by Yisrael, but we'll see if there were enough of those.
TBL fans, the winner of round 12 by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, Yasir Riley.
All right, so Yasir Riley produces, and Nashville has its biggest lead of the night at 7-5. We still have a long way to go. We'll be right back with the second half of the fight.
Live on the Team Boxing League app, available on Apple TV 4, and Amazon Fire TV, as well as iPhones and Android devices. Don't miss a second of TBL Team Boxing League action. Also, Climax Moonshine Fire number 32, known to bring the heat. Tonight's fights are powered by Balance of Nature. Our fighters deal with clean carbs and real ingredients, and now you can too. Grab the new Gilda snacks and get 35% off right now. Go team at balanceofnature.com. And Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. Round 13 is on the way.
Seven to 5 Nashville. 12 matches to go. Let's go back inside and get to it.
Round 13 will be at super welterweight. For the Phoenix Fury, it is Adrian Aragon Ramirez. Meeting from Nashville, Hadrian Phillips.
Okay, so we've got Phillips and Ramirez, Dave Bontempo, along with Al Bernstein, and joining us right now is Amelia Moore.
Good evening, good evening.
Now, what are you
Touching just a
looking
little bit
for?
of pace in the ring tonight.
Yeah, what are you looking for in this one, Amelia?
Well, right now it seems like they're just feeling each other out right now. They're going to have to up the tempo. I mean, it's a one-round fight, right? So being able to close that distance.
They were very, very aggressive in that first meeting they had.
Absolutely. And it seems like that respect seems to be filtering into this round. Using much better long punches, trying to clear and cover that distance.
That was a victory for Ramirez over Phillips back in round number 6. Amelia, I know it varies fighter to fighter. Big shots come in, but what do you think is a good rest time when you know you're fighting twice?
I mean, as of right now, that it's not really about the rest time, I would think, as so much as do you cool down? And I think that that's the danger, is knowing how do you come down and then rev the engine again so that you're prepared to keep that high tempo.
It was the big right hands for Aragon Ramirez that Arian that made the difference in that first meeting between the two. And he's trying to look for that. Phillips being much more aggressive though than he was early in the other round, I thought.
Yeah, coming in with some of his good right hands here. Oh, he just went for it and just missed.
Aragon is so quick with his right hand. It gives Phillips some problems, and it's hard for him to stay away from that punch, but not as many have landed in this round as the last one the two fought.
And that could be just a matter of inches as they're trying to line up their shots. I think they found their momentum that had been slow to get started in the rematch here.
There's that right hand from Aragon as he gets that in, and that's... But Phillips always answers, you know? He always answers or tries to answer.
Yeah, those two nice jabs by Phillips and a right hand. And a lot of the scoring in this particular match is going to come down to, there are a few shots that look good coming off and just missed. They're going to interpret those just misses a lot in this.
And we talk about the right hand of Aragon, but at the end, Phillips was able to land a couple of really nice right hands, and yes, he stuck the landing, David.
9.9. You know, could have been a 10, but we weren't ready for it.
No, no.
Has to tell us.
I believe the Russian judge is going to give him a lesser score. That's Phillips being very aggressive, and here was Phillips again in part of the sequence of that last round. The Aragon right hands were good. They weren't as plentiful as they were the first time these two met. Let's see what happens.
13 by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Hadrian Phillips.
So Nashville.
Round 14 at light heavyweight
has its biggest
for
lead of
the
8-5.
Phoenix Fury. It is the most valuable fighter from TBL Season 3, Raiko Santana. Meeting from Nashville, William Langston.
Of course, the TBL loves the Raiko Santana story. After his being voted the most valuable fighter, he went on the pay-per-view card and scored a one-down knockout over Steven Nelson and attributed his TBL training for the fast start in that one.
And if you wanted to have somebody in there to try and slow down the 4-round win streak of Nashville, it would be Santana, who's 18-2 in TBL, and he just doesn't lose very often here.
No, he started this year with 2 wins over Steven Sumter. You love to have somebody that you can almost call Mr. Automatic, and it's as a stopper. There's a personality that goes into it. You have to have the mindset of ending the momentum of your opponents in a team sport, and he's coming out with that in mind. William Langston, the kid, 14-6-1 as a pro, 7-9-1 in TBL.
Yeah, he's a solid fighter, Langston, but he's been overwhelmed so far with the pressure of Santana, and that's what Santana does, right?
Yeah. He came out in this fight like he was late for something.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was a little bubble over his head that said, no split decisions here.
No, we cannot. And, you know, I have to stop this momentum. You cannot let this team pull away. If there are no knockouts, that 3-point lead starts to look pretty big once the money rounds come.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not seeing, we've only seen a couple of fighters stunned. I thought Phillips was stunned in that first match against Aragon, but we haven't seen too much of a fighter even being close to going down. And now Langston trying to get something going offensively here and pushing Santana back, but it's not really landing super effectively.
And then the veteran Santana ties up and then tries to get just a little distance and then punch off the break without really punching off the break.
You know, Langston, a TBL vet, 16 team boxing league fights, 7-9, so he understands his format and has had success at some point in it. It's ironic that they never faced each other since they're both veterans of the TBL.
one of those quirks that look by those. Did that really happen? We avoided each other.
Yeah.
And then some guys you fight 6 times in a couple of months.
You know, Langston's had a better last 45 seconds of this round. He's actually landed some pretty good shots, like some good right hands against Santana. He turned things around a little bit. I don't know if it's enough for him to win this round, but he has done better. Oh my,
Until that is right, because he was coming on, and fortunately, if you're Nashville, the time ran out because he was wobbled by that. There was opportunity for Santana.
Here was the pressure from Rico Santana, who got early on, and you see Langston trying to counter off those ropes and do so a little bit, but it was the pressure of Santana that was just omnipresent in that round. But that's the ending part of the round where Langston
Ladies
really
and gentlemen, the winner
shots.
of round 14 by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner from Phoenix, Rico Santana.
So Rico Santana keeps it manageable for Phoenix as another one of their big fighters steps up now.
Round 15 of the middle rounds at cruiserweight for Phoenix. It is Charles CP the Champ Pugh meeting D'Angelo Leachman from Nashville.
Well, one guy who has been very dependable against somebody who's becoming known to be dependable.
Yes. This is a match we really looked forward to. Both these men 2-0 this season already. You know, Pugh and Leachman, between them, have 1 loss in the TBL.
Let's take a closer look at Charles Pugh, a college football player, 2-time national champion as well. Voted the TBL most resilient fighter. Quite an award to get last year. He provided a huge winning streak for his Phoenix teammates all throughout the season. Eight to 6, Nashville. Close overall match and a good match here.
Leachman might have surprised some people by beating, and I stand corrected. There are 2 losses between them because Leachman has 1 as well. And I don't know if everybody thought he was going to beat Dominic Smith twice earlier this season in his season debut, but he did that. And of course, Pugh with the 2 wins over Marquise Williams, so he's used to winning with that 22-1 record.
And also used to being counted on in the money rounds. And we'll see him kind of like, you know, kind of a captain and a leader on this team.
And one of those wins last time helped turn things around for Phoenix so that Manuel Villalobos could then build on that with a 4-point knockout win. Good left hook by Pugh, too.
Yeah, it took everybody, including Pugh, to get victories and bring the team toward erasing the deficit. And then Villalobos had the big one. That looked like Boston's fight all night.
Yeah, and here he is in the same position, Pugh, because he would narrow this to a 1-point difference if he can win this round. And it's been a pretty close round. But all the close ones so far have gone to Nashville.
And if you're on the opposing sidelines, you're thinking, well, we can't let it be close.
Overhand right by Pugh is such a good weapon by him, and he sneaks one in there.
Pugh trying to stay active here.
Yeah, Pugh, a 38-year-old who's made the TBL something special for him, and he's trying to bring his team back.
Charles Pugh, CP the Champ.
Leachman's had good moments in this round, so it's not going to be the easiest one to judge either. But which one has tonight? Very few.
Yeah, yep.
And here we go back and we see Leachman trying to counter off the ropes and Pugh getting that left hand in. It was Pugh coming forward for the most part, though Leachman did practice offense with some counter punching and sometimes being the aggressor.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 15 by split decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, D'Angelo Leachman.
Six straight split decisions.
Our final middle round.
So 6 split
from
decisions.
Phoenix, it is Dante Stone. He'll meet from Nashville, Stefan Moss.
And just based on the laws of math, you're figuring, hey, some have to go our way. Maybe it's round 24 with everything on the line. You win that one. All right, so here we go with the end of the middle rounds. Stone and Moss.
Well, Dante Stone turned around some of the advantage that Nashville had before. And he's trying to do the same thing, but against a different opponent here in Stephen Moss.
Stephen Moss 0-2 in the TBL. Holyoke, Massachusetts. Still an airtight match. Nashville inching out. It's at the biggest lead of the night. This is a very important one for Phoenix. If it's 4 going into the money rounds and you don't have the knockout power, it's a tough task.
And you know, very seldom do you see 2 lefties among heavyweights in the ring. There aren't as many lefties in the heavyweight division, but here we have that. Stone was able to really control the action in his opening fight against Terrell Jamal Woods, but here against Moss, it's been a little bit more difficult for him. There's the jab and the overhand left by Dante Stone. Moss has done his fair share of offensive work, but now Stone becoming much more accurate with his punches.
There have been momentum shifts in this round. Stone trying to get home with the jab.
So Stone got his first TBO win with that win earlier tonight, and he's trying to follow up on it.
Yeah, there's nothing like coming away from this with a double. It's the way your confidence soars after that type of a performance. So it's out there. 20 seconds to go. Who will get this point? A springboard to the money rounds.
Well, that last left hand by Dante Stone knocked the mouthpiece out of Stephen Moss. This doesn't give you any extra points, but it demonstrates it was a pretty good left hand. And Moss with his own left earlier in the round, but here we're going to see that the sequence where that left hand knocks the mouthpiece of Moss out. That was right at the end of the round, and maybe punctuated it in a way that could give Stone the round. We'll see.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of our final medal round by split decision. Out of the blue corner from the Phoenix Fury, Dante Stone.
There you go. They
At
get
the
that.
end of the middle rounds, it is Nashville 9, Phoenix 7.
Right
the money
back
rounds
in
are
control.
on the way.
And right back in this match. Well, Deontay Wilder gave America its first heavyweight champion in many years a few years ago, and he is standing by with our Amelia Moore.
I am ringside here and joined by the one and only bronze bomber, former Olympian, world title contender, coming off of, not world, sorry, 5-year holding world title champion. Excuse my speech, I have to correct myself. Coming off fresh off a win of Derek Chisora. So happy to have you here ringside with us. So I have to ask, this is your first time being ringside with Team Boxing League. What are your initial reactions to this format?
I'll tell you, I'm having a very wonderful time here. You know, the crowd is electrifying. The fighters are matching the energy of the crowd. And it seemed like once I came in, it's like everybody, even, you know, both sides of the field is like, damn, Deontay Wilder, we finna turn up for sure. Because I'm here to support one of my sparring partners that helped me out for the Derek Chisora fight, and that was Jamal Woods. And I gave him my word. He didn't know if I would come or not. But those that know me know that if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. You know, and I showed up. He was surprised, but he knew he was coming though. But when I got here, and you know, everybody's just been amazing. All the guys been fighting their hearts out, and that's all you can ask for when you get inside the square ring, is to fight your heart out, give it all you got, and may the best man win.
I mean, truer words have not been said. It's incredible how the athletes, they feed off of each other too, and it's just the crowd, each other. I mean, they're really fighting for more than just themselves in their corner. So with that being said, boxing, has been a lot of conversation around TBL, trying to create more opportunity for boxing. Boxing can be very inconsistent. So TBL coming in, being able to bring more exposure, more opportunity and consistency in between fights, and also creating that secondary revenue stream. You've seen it all in boxing. I mean, literally you've seen it all. So do you feel like it's important in today's landscape of boxing?
I definitely do. You know, with the TBL and the program that's been going on, as I can see, especially with the co-op and different things like that, you keep hungry fighters active, you keep them in shape, and you keep some money in their pockets. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, you know, you just never know what fighter, you know, need this big break, and that big day come for them where they become a world champion for someone, and so forth and so on. I think this is very important, and I like the structure of what's going on here. You know, just like I said, keeping some of these guys' hope still alive, because sometimes it just take a little hope, a little belief, a little faith in me that I still got it. I just need a platform. I need somewhere where I can make a little money, where I can support myself and my family, still do what I love to do. Because in life, it's all about what we love to do. Sometimes work is not work if you love doing it. And this is what these guys love to do. I'm an advocate of it as well. I love to do what I love to do. And when you can find a system or a way of doing something that you love to do, then bring it on. Let's get it. And I love the structure of what's going on, you know. And what's different in this is not an individual business. It's a team. As I call boxing a business, many may say sports because I know more. I know better than that. You know what I mean? But as you see, they're a team. They can depend on each other. Like I said, they can feed off of each other. Let's go, you know what I mean? And certain guys like Jamal have been with world champions like me, so he come back and he can boost them up and show certain things. It's a beautiful landscape of thing. I really do believe it, and I see it. And like I said, it's just a little faith, a little hope that some of these guys need to get back on the big stages if they have it, to get to the big stage and being able to become a champion and still having the faith and the belief. I mean, I can even see myself having a Bomb Squad Gorillas or something like that, you know what I mean?
I think that's the hope in the future, is like, my gosh, it would be amazing to have an athlete like yourself to be able to start another team. But thank you so much for your words. I'm so happy you're here. And let's get us back in the ring.
Yeah, let's go, let's go.
Dave, take us back in the gym.
People keep asking us, where can we see TBL? Well, there are quite a few places where we have been seen. Watch our home network, Envoy TV, for all TBL matches live on Envoy Fast. Plus, the full season of Encores are on Envoy Fast and Envoy TV every day. Get the Envoy app in the Apple and Android stores, or watch on the Local Now app. Envoy TV is available to subscribers of Spectrum and Friendly TV. Connected TV users with Samsung, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Roku, and LG devices can download the TBL app and watch both live action and play previous matches on demand. TBL is also seen on YouTube, the TBL app, and in Spanish on the Estrella Network. Tell your friends.
That's why. Thank you for dealing with that. You need water, you good?
It's a barn burner. Who wants it more between Phoenix and Nashville? Right now, Nashville on top, 9-7. Hi, everybody. Dave Bontempo with Al Bernstein. Deontay Wilder was right. We love to do what we love to do, and that is this. We have quite a thing going here, and now we've got the round to watch for the money round.
Yeah, let's take a look at round number 21. A rematch from earlier this evening. Kiel Walden beating Joaquin Camberas. It was a close match and a firefight. We'll see which man comes out on top this time.
All right, it's money time. Let's go back inside and bring this one home.
Nashville, it is time to begin the money rounds. First up from the Phoenix Fury at light heavyweight, it is Rico Santana. He'll meet from the Nashville Smash, William Langston.
And so two guys we know have some power capability. Will we see anything like that come out here, or will we have another decision?
And will William Langston be able to build on the momentum he had right at the end of their first meeting, where he landed some big power punches I honestly think got Santana's attention? We'll see.
Well, would you like to know a little bit more about Rico Santana?
I would.
There you go. 15-2, 11 KOs. Most valuable fighter in the league last year, in a league with a lot of fighters, and he has proven his worth since then and used all of that as a springboard into his boxing career. So this is really good. 9-7, money rounds. All the fights tonight have been competitive and fast-paced.
Yes. And you see Santana always busy on the inside when he has an opportunity to punch. And he works both the body and the head. And that hand speed of his is very, very good. This is about the time in the round where Langston started to get a little more offensive, and he's doing it again.
Couple shots get home there by Langston. Santana, pivotal match here. Team down by 2. Trying to avoid them going down more. Maybe even looking for something with the bonus.
You don't see Santana fight off the ropes much, but he's doing that a little bit in this round. Whether it's by design or just being pushed there, hard to tell.
It looks like he's trying to make it look like it was his choice. But if you want to sell that to the judges, you have to get active off of that. Counter punch.
Santana, it was very offensive for the first 2 minutes of this round, or first minute and a half for sure. Got a little less volume, although Langston hasn't been that busy.
Now, there is one thing about the stamina and punch output. Is oftentimes there is a drop in the final minute of the second fight.
That would make perfect sense. And Langston has been more measured in his offense for the most part, which he was in the beginning of their first meeting.
So final arguments, and then they will go to the judge.
Well, Langston thinks he did enough to win that. We'll see.
Phoenix did get the last split decision. Thinking that things can go their way a little bit in that department after Nashville had a string of them.
Team League fans, the winner of round 17 by split decision. Out of the blue corner from Phoenix, that goes Santana.
That's 2 in a row for Phoenix on the split, and a very big one for Raiko Santana, making it 9-8.
Round 18 at super middleweight for the Phoenix Fury. It is Sebastian Salomon Duran meeting from the Nashville Smash, Juan Barajas.
Barajas won their first matchup back in round number 7.
And that was a split decision. Very close fight between these two. Both men in that first round landed a lot of right hands.
And that's the first time that Phoenix gave up the lead, and Nashville's first lead of the night came then. And we have been back and forth. Nobody opening up a big lead, so every fight crucial and valuable. And if you're new to TBL, the coaches make all the decisions about the money rounds beforehand. I pick some, you pick some. A lot of strategy where you want to put your fighters, how far down. And we've seen that come up very important in some of the previous matches this year.
Juan Barajas being very, very aggressive in this one, as is his opponent.
Come right at each other, mirror image styles, and they jab and throw a right hand. Good hook trade by both as well.
Barajas using his height and reach, I think, kind of effectively. Even though he's coming forward, it's still benefiting him.
Good double jab and a right hand by Barajas.
Both men landed the right a lot, and they're both trying it a lot, but Barajas has mostly gotten there, but now Duran kind of switches his tactics to use the left hook more.
Duran also able to sneak in a jab, move, and time the missed right hand with an uppercut.
There's no question Barajas has been busier in this fight. The question is whether the judges decide it is effective or not.
Good moments at the end of this round by Duran. Another split.
Well, I think Barajas feels he won the fight based on the volume. Big uppercut on the inside by him, and he was just busier. And there's an example of if you're that busy, you're going to land some, and he did. And then they had good exchanges, though. Duran had moments.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 18 by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner from the Nashville Smash, Juan Barajas.
So Barajas keeps Nashville in front, 10-8. Just
round 19 will be in the cruiserweight division.
One of his big guns
for
up.
the Phoenix Fury, it is Charles Pugh. Meeting from Nashville, D'Angelo Leachman.
Rematch of an earlier fight. Leachman got the nod over Pugh.
Yeah, and that was an interesting one because very, very close. And Leachman wasn't as active as Pugh, but the judges decided his punches were a little bit more effective.
Let's take a little closer look at D'Angelo Leachman, some of the stats on him and what he has brought to this league. Champion and previous elements of boxing. Now finds himself in a clutch situation here.
Yeah, very good Golden Gloves as an amateur boxing fighter. And, also a good pro, undefeated as a pro, and outside of the TBO. This has been a more tactical round for Pugh than the first one was. And oh my, wow. Right hands like that one from Leachman are enough to steal a round when it's, not being fought at a high pace.
And take away your tactical idea. Maybe I'll be more measured in this one, and maybe I'll try to be a little bit more deliberate, but he got jolted there by that right hand from Leachman.
And you would expect more volume from Pugh, which, we did see in even though he didn't win that first decision, and that's the way Pugh fights.
I think some fighters would benefit from a longer downtime between. So some fighters, if you're early in the launch rounds and then you come into the money rounds, you might have more than an hour. Amelia talked about cooling down. Some fighters may prefer to take the rest period and study.
Both these fighters in their 30s, Pugh 38 and Leachman 34.
But they're fighting in round 15 and then round 19. So that's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, very much so. A lot fewer good punches landed in this round than their initial match earlier this evening. Some have gotten through, but it's been a little more messy. But some good right hands by Pugh in the last 20 seconds.
So these guys fighting on fumes as they complete their second round in a short period of time with so much on the line.
Well, Leachman hasn't lost this season in TBL yet. He's 3-0, and he's smiling. He might feel like he's got another one. He had 2 wins in his season debut for his team, and he'd like to repeat that.
TBL fans, the winner of round 19 by unanimous decision from the Nashville Smash, red corner, D'Angelo Leachman.
And he got that one again with the nice leap. So 2 wins over Dominique Smith and 2 over Charles Pugh. That's an excellent way to start your TBL season.
Round 20 at super lightweight for the Phoenix Fury, Joy Pendel, matching up against Susana Rodriguez Griffin.
And this was a good one the first time.
One of the many split decisions in that first in the launch rounds that all, just about all, went to, in fact, all the splits in that launch rounds did go to the smash. And this one was one of them they could have seen going the other way with Pendel. She used her jab and her height and reach pretty effectively, but there were good offensive moments also during the course of that round for Griffin.
Now, this is an important part of the fight strategically, with Nashville up by 3 with 5 rounds to go. If Nashville were to come away from this, then it's 4 with 4 to go, and it's just no room for error for Phoenix. But Phoenix can come away from this with back down 2 and much more manageable down the stretch for the final 4.
Griffin, an aggressive fighter, likes to come forward. She's doing that. Pendel, who, as we pointed out, not a lot of boxing experience, much more MMA, but showed, I thought, technique in the first match that belied the fact that she's mostly been involved in, not just that she's in MMA, she's not even thought of primarily as a striker in MMA.
No, and when she talked about improved striking, that was within there. But, you know, she takes on this discipline and has moved up pretty well. Let's take a look at how the scoring is conducted. You get 1 point for decision, and it's all been that tonight. If we see a knockdown, that's 2 points. 2 knockdowns would be 3 and 4 for a knockout. So the gets late for Phoenix, and the necessity for power if they can't come away with this one. This is important to keep it within 2 for them. Nashville is enjoying its biggest lead.
Now, Pendel has been coming forward the last minute of this round, and normally it's Griffin who tries to do that, but it looks to me like Pendel might have a little more in the tank right now than Griffin. We'll see. Griffin, the 41-year-old, who started boxing very late at age 39. Takes a right hand. There's the overhand right by Griffin that got there, and she's landed that punch from time to time.
And there's a lot of pawing punches now in the second round between those two. So you're just trying to get something in that the judges notice. It could be a tap, it could be anything that make sure it touches something.
Another close round between these two.
Now, overall, I would say that Pendel has been the ring general.
I agree, but I kind of thought that in the first fight. And here's Pendel with what we've did, a nice straight jab, and you know, we saw the jab a lot in the first fight and in this one as well. Now the overhand right that you saw there by Griffin is a weapon she's used, and some left hooks. There's the right hand again. So you know, it's what you like as a judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of round 20 by way of unanimous decision. Out of the red corner from the Nashville Smash, Susana Rodriguez-Griffin.
All right, so it's getting late now for Phoenix as Nashville comes up with another decision, enjoys its biggest lead of the night at 12-8. 4 rounds to go. What answer will Phoenix have? We'll find out when we come back.
Download the T-Boxing League app available on Apple TV, 4K, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV, as well as iPhone and Android devices. Don't miss a second of TBL T-Boxing League action. Also, Climax Moonshine Fire number 32. No, the Bring the Heat. If you're watching these happenings in the ring, ask yourself, are you confident by the app? Balance of Nature is offering 35% off tonight only with the code team at balanceofnature.com. And by Serenity Springs Recovery Center, a place of recovery and self-discovery. Let's go.
4 rounds to go. Can Nashville close this out? Let's find out. Go back to ringside.
Let's go, Kyle. Let's go, Kyle. Get that money.
We continue with the money rounds. Round 21 at welterweight. For Phoenix, it is Joaquin Camberos. For Nashville, Kyle Walden.
Walden captured this one. First time out way back in round 5.
And this one was very close, like so much of what we've seen tonight. And in that one, Walden was very aggressive early, and then Camberos came back with some nice right hands, the kind of which we saw create a knockdown for him the last time we saw him in his season debut, when he scored a knockdown over Yorman Guerrero. We'll see if he can get more of those right hands in.
Here are the stakes with Nashville up by 4. Phoenix must sweep the card without a power display to get a tie and force overtime. We mentioned that scoring graphic before. There are bonus points if you score knockdowns. I'm curious as to which of the Phoenix fighters is going to venture outside his comfort zone and change things to gamble.
Yeah, Camberos, you know, landed some really good right hands against Walden, and of course we pointed out he had a knockdown in his last time out in TBL, but Walden took those pretty well, and Walden is not the kind of boxer you think of as being susceptible to that power, but we'll see. And right now Walden's boxing very effectively.
Circling, jabbing, light on his feet, good balance.
Camberos really is looking for that right hand. That's his big power punch. He's just trying to do everything he can to see if he can uncoil one of those.
He's trying to uncoil it against a moving target,
yeah,
who's not moving right into it.
Yeah, good point. And Walden, who had, you know, we mentioned he's an amateur champ. He switches righty, which we pointed out in the other fight that they had that he will do sometimes. He's a very well-schooled boxer.
The action has been highly skilled all night.
What a beautiful right hand downstairs by Camberos, but it didn't really halt Walden.
Tried it again, got there a 3rd time with that right hand. And it's something how he gets sudden opportunity right in the middle of this action.
Camberos' left hook gets into the play, which we haven't seen that much of. And he does get his right hand. And so the last 30 or 40 seconds of this round has been better for Camberos. Was it enough to get him this round, though? And here we see some of the good action from the last round. That was that uncharacteristic left hook by Camberos was a good one. Usually he's a right-hand artist, but there's the combination punching of Walden and some of that ring generalship from him that led him to be an amateur champion.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of round 21 by way of unanimous decision. Out of the red corner from Nashville, Kaeo Walden.
All right, so a double for Walden puts Nashville up by 5. And barring...
Round 22 at featherweight. For Phoenix, it is Daniel Bailey. Meeting from Nashville, Josh Johnson.
So barring a knockdown, Phoenix is eliminated. So they have to get that knockdown bonus. They're in the must-power zone now.
You know, in these money rounds, we are not seeing for Phoenix either Arian Aragon or Quintera, who could have been Kevin Quintera. They could have been difference makers, I think, for Phoenix in the money rounds here, and they're not part of the mix.
Well, and the coaches have to draw this up ahead of time, days ahead of time, and think, where will we be after 16 rounds? That's probably one of the more unique challenges to try to project where you'll be.
Yeah.
If you think you're going to be ahead, you may put boxers in there. If you think that it's going to be up in the air, you're behind. You put your power people in there.
Yep. Well, this one, obviously, I mean, they're all must win. And then, as you point out, there has to be an extra point somewhere in there or a knockout for Phoenix to come back. But
what did we say about it now? That is a knockdown, not from Phoenix, but it is from Nashville. We have our first bombs away power shot, and a lot that goes with that, a lot of time still to go. So it continues to be Nashville's night. Johnson delivers the goods. And he's thinking more, it's not a team thing anymore. He knows he can coast it. Something else is happening in there.
And he would like to add more points with a stoppage. And he's chasing Bailey around this ring and landing some very good shots.
And regardless of what the score is at any time, anywhere, a fighter smells blood and smells opportunity, and it just pins the ear back and go. That's the slip, of course, as Johnson is coming on strong. And notice how he gets right on top.
Big overhand right. Oh my.
The hook, and this could be it. This could be the 4. It is. No need to count. He was on top, trying right after the fighters broke to get in and score the bomb on Bailey, and he did.
Well, for Johnson, who was disappointed to lose a decision the first time they fought, he took matters in his own hands, and that's the left hook that sent Bailey down the first time, and it would be the right hand that hurt him here, and then a left hook finished the action for Johnson. And man, he got it done in grand style, and probably, and in all likelihood, well, for sure, put away this match.
The winner of round 22 by way of TKO. 4 points going to Nashville's Josh Johnson.
Nashville pulling away now late because of that knockout by Johnson. we were thinking there were 3 matches to go. We had not seen a knockdown. Were we going to go? Were we going to get blanked?
Round 23, our penultimate money round at welterweight for Phoenix, Judah Yisrael, matching up against Nashville's Yasir Riley.
Boy, that changed the drama immediately.
Now here's Nashville in another good spot with Riley, who won the last time against Yisrael, stepping in the ring again. So we'll see how this one goes. But remember way back at the beginning when we were talking about the fact that Nashville lost 27-12 to Atlanta, and they were just trying to get something tonight they could build on? I guess they achieved that, huh?
They built a lot tonight. And it started out early, Phoenix, and then Nashville hanging with them. Nashville inching its way out front, and Phoenix coming back. And still very much up for grabs until that knockout, and that's the one that they needed. Something to put you over the top. And congratulations to this team for losing by so much and then coming back and winning the very next time.
And some of the way they've dominated, especially with the, you know, the knockout, maybe puts to rest a little bit of the controversy over all the split decisions that went their way, but still, very, very close fights, rounds leading up to most of this finish. So it's been a fun night of boxing, that's for sure.
Really, and a highly skilled night of boxing. And with everybody going right at everyone else. Up and down, it's hard to remember cards. Well, maybe Philly and Vegas. That's what we're. You look, not 1 second of wasted time in the entire.
Yeah, I agree. And most of these matches have been really razor thin, so it's been very well competitively fought. Now, in this round, Yisrael's done a little better than he did, I thought, in the first round against Riley, but Riley landing some good right hands during the course of this round, and there we threw one in. Israel's landed his share of right hands as well.
And then you score a knockout, probably going to energize the fighter behind you as well. As the eruption of joy in that Nashville bench. If the Johnson did something very rare, lost a decision and then stopped the same opponent.
Yeah. Nice body work there by Riley as he tries to stem what hasn't been a bad round for his opponent.
All right, so they'll go to the judges now. It has been a bountiful harvest in the money rounds for Nashville.
Team Boxing League fans, the winner of our penultimate money round, out of the red corner by unanimous decision, Yasir Riley. Our final money round.
Tierra Brandt and Brooke Evans getting ready to go. Interesting choices here by the coaching staff. It did not come into play here, but often you see number 24 is someone you think you go to when you think you have to get a knockout.
Yeah, and that it probably wouldn't be the case for
All right, our
either fighter
final
here.
money round will feature from the Phoenix Fury, Tierra Brent. From Nashville, Brooke Evans.
Brent won their first matchup. That was back in round 9.
And in it, Brant, the 24-year-old facing the 38-year-old Evans, just looked quicker and more energy-filled, even though Evans had some good moments. And Evans, of course, among other things, a bare knuckles fighter, and so she's a tough cookie, and a 38-year-old that, as we pointed out, turned her life around and got into boxing late and has been good at the sport.
Yeah, there's a can-do attitude about everything that she's done. And she's in with a fighter who came in and started to make her mark but halfway through last year.
And Tierra Brant, I think, is a boxer that's coming into her own in the TBL. You know, she's 7-7 now with that win, and I just think this season is going to be a little bit of a breakout season for her. She's coming into this, she's 2-0 this season, and we'll see how she does here in this final bout with Evans. Even though the team score is not at stake, obviously, both these boxers want to win this round.
Well, and also build on it for the future.
Yep. Evans landing some nice counter punches as Brant continues to come forward. That we saw that in the first round that they fought against each other. The overhand right of Evans has been kind of a factor, and the straight right of Brant has been the punch du jour for her.
And the women opened our card tonight. They will close it. Brent would like to give Phoenix something to take away from here in a money round that has been utterly dominated by Nashville.
You know, this is an intriguing round, really. You know, Brant's done a lot of good offensive work marching forward. Brooke Evans has landed some good power counter punches.
Brant has done a good job closing the distance, so she gets that right hand in there, and then the hook and the uppercut.
Tierra Brant is a relentless fighter. She's not a big power puncher, but she fights like a power puncher. She comes forward, she's busy, she wants to control that ring if possible. And Evans has done some good counter punching, but I don't know if it's been enough. Oh my, what a
There's a big shot by Tierra Brant. She may wish she had a little more time to work with, but that was one of the best punches she landed.
Brooke Evans, you got to look at her. You know, 38-year-old who just, you said, tough as nails. And boy, she took some power punches by Tierra Brant right at the end of that round. That was a grueling round for both women. Very well fought and a lot of fun. But why not? That's the way the night has been.
That's exactly right. Good competitive fights. Everybody going for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of our final money round, by way of unanimous decision, out of the blue corner from the Phoenix Fury, Tierra Brant.
So Tierra Brant will come out of here with a double, and that's a nice highlight for the Phoenix team. Let's take a look at how Nashville dominated the money rounds. Look at all the 1-1-1-1, 4-1-0. Great. It was bookend. The Phoenix won the first and last match of the money rounds, and everything in between was Nashville, including that 4-point bomb. And let's take a look at our balance of nature star of the fight. Could be none other than round number 22. That was our knockout.
Yeah, Johnson, Yonder Johnson, showing a powerful left hook. The first time these two men fought, Johnson lost the round, but boy, he was not going to lose this one. And he just came blasting out with that left hook.
Well, I have to tell you, it was very impressive what they have done tonight. First of all, that's one of the best money rounds performances I've ever seen Nashville accomplish. And, you know, talk about them building on something tonight. Boy, they super achieved.
You know, the irony is that in a match that was very, very close, and continued to be close in a lot of the fights, even in the money rounds, there was a big gap for Nashville. So it was kind of ironic in a way, but you give them a lot of credit, and Phoenix a lot of credit for performing well.
Yeah, this is a coming-of-age type of a victory this season for Nashville, as this is a team that had lost its first match and trying to get back to some of the good things that it had done last year. This was a hot team in the beginning part of last year, and they found it back here. And it's just contagious how it started with a couple of those close decisions in the launch rounds, and then it became a snowball for this team.
And the irony as well is Isaiah Elrod, who had won twice for Nashville in their first season opener against Atlanta, he wasn't available to them tonight. And when we looked at that, we thought, oh, this could be a big problem for Nashville. It was not a problem.
All right, so Nashville comes away with it. Let's go inside and see the honor roll.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final score of tonight's matchup, the Nashville Smash 18, the Phoenix Fury 9. Let's take a look at our 3 stars of the fight. Your third star of the fight, Phoenix Fury featherweight Tierra Brent. Your second star of the fight, hard-hitting Nashville featherweight, Josh Johnson. And your balance of nature first star of the night, Nashville Smash super middleweight, Juan Barajas. And our round of the night, it is round number 14 between Raiko Santana and William Langston.
Coach Sonny, tonight, the rounds were so close. I mean, it was neck and neck all the way up into the money rounds, and then it seemed like there was a big separation that happened. How do you feel? How did that happen? Not to put that out there, but I feel like there was such neck and neck performances, and then all of a sudden we just saw the train leave the station.
They just weren't finishing what they started. You know, they got to finish a little stronger, and you know, we got to go back to the drawing board, regroup, and we'll be back. It was their day.
For sure, and Phoenix is always so strong, and look forward to seeing you guys in the next match.
Thank you.
Coach DeLay, what a night for you guys tonight.
Man, what a night. First, I want to say, everybody who came out tonight, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you back at our 3-game homestand coming in May. We appreciate it so much. We hope we put on a great show, and we expect to put on an even a better show when we come back.
So with that being said, you had some predictions earlier this evening going into this, knowing how some of those decisions were going to go.
You know, I knew that my guy, Josh Johnson, he didn't get a chance to fight down in Atlanta and show all the improvements that he's made over the years, and especially over the years working with the Team Boxing League and all the improvements that he's made. And so tonight he got a chance, and I knew he was going to get a chance. And I was so proud of him. I'm proud of the whole team. I'm proud of Juan. It was just an amazing night.
Excellent performance tonight, and like I said, you have the eye, my friend. Congratulations on a performance that was just for the books.
Appreciate it.
Miss Brandt, we meet again.
Good to see you again.
So from seeing you from last year being your first season, going to tonight, every single fight, it's like your performance experience, your eyes, you already had a high IQ, but you're putting it together.
Yeah, you know, last season was new to me. I was new to the game. I haven't boxed in a long time. So now just working on coming back and improving every time I step in here.
Without a doubt, we're seeing it. Awesome performance tonight, Tierra. Mr. Josh Johnson.
How you doing?
So you had a split decision in that second round. It looked like you were just absolutely upset about that. Coming back into this round, into your final round in the money rounds, a knockdown into a KO win. What were the adjustments and the thoughts going through your mind? Because it was clear your eyes were locked right on.
Just making the adjustments, throwing a 2 and following up with a 3. I didn't follow up enough with it the first round.
It was a great adjustment. You looked fantastic. The precision and even the pace, it was just, you were right on.
Thank you, thank you.
One. So, amazing performance tonight, 2-round win. The first one, you looked great, but then, my gosh, you go into that second round that you had tonight, and it was like whatever adjustment you made, the separation that you created, I mean, you were so aggressive, so dominant though, and it was so selective with that aggression. What was the adjustment that you made? I mean, I know I just asked Josh the same thing, but I think people don't realize when you're in there how precise it has to be able to go from one round, come out, and then go back in.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it was my coaches before I got into the ring. They told me what I had to see and what I had to do to make the adjustments, and that's what I did. You know, and big shout out to Fred DeLay and Julian Cortez. Hey, happy birthday, Coach JC! You know, shout out to the Nashville Smash, shout out to the beautiful city out here. Grateful to be here. Shout out to Team Combat League. This is awesome. Thank you, guys.
Excellent.
Team Boxing League.
Excellent performance tonight, man. Way to bring the magic for your team. Al, Dave, help us close out the show tonight.
All right, thank you, Amelia. Nice job down there in the trenches tonight. And this has been a big night all the way around for the Nashville Smash. The launch, the middle, the money rounds, all coming up money as Nashville will even its mark to 1-1. Come back for some more comments after this.
We got 1-1 tonight.
Team Boxing League is brought to you by Balance of Nature. In boxing, consistency beats intensity. Balance of Nature supplements help you stay consistent with ingredients of whole foods you can easily slot into your daily routine. Go to balanceofnature.com, use code TEAM, and start today. Well, what a night it was for the Nashville Smash. And Al, the honor roll was so big they couldn't fit everybody.
Yeah, one person that could get a shout out, and I'm going to give him right now, is Keel Walden, who was excellent. Won twice tonight, former amateur champion, won both his welterweights matchups, and it was both at key times that really helped Nashville.
All right, Nashville going up big, and now we've got the next one, the big one, Battle of Texas. Dallas taking on Houston. Houston looking for its first win, as is Dallas. It's always a good matchup when they collide, and that is April 18th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific time. So we want to thank you for joining us. It's been quite a pleasure as the Phoenix Fury came into Nashville, and Nashville with an uplifting victory, and they even their mark at 1-1. For my buddy Al Bernstein, for Jason Moon, for all the great work in the truck, for Amelia Moore, for our great staff here, and for the TBL, this is Dave Bontempo saying good night, everybody.